But in Russia, nigger is like how they just say black. Like,
Damn, you put it with the R too. So
no, I mean it. Because I'm black. Tell him.
Nigger.
It's normal. It's absolutely normal in Russia.
Why?
Offensive.
It's not America, different culture. It's also a different language. So like saying nigger is
what's
normal.
that mean?
It's just like black person.
It's a race.
Yeah, look, black people, it's normal.
White people don't try this at all.
I'm getting mine.
You know, so we came to Moscow. Of course, what we had to find was a single black male in Moscow, stranded from Brooklyn. Yo, no lie, these motherfuckers in Moscow were fucking my flow up.
No, they're not like really happy people.
We got him. We got him. Russian smiling. We need to see more of that.
Yo, we about to head to Soviet games and play some old Russian games from like the 70s and the 80s. It's gonna be great.
Chinatown, 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 Chinatown.
It's Chinatown up in here. So Sasha, what is this?
It's coins. It's like a kopeyki.
Kopeykia. Like with all of this, what could we buy?
One coin, one ice cream.
What about now? You can't even get ice cream. Could you get the cone? No,
Just reiterate what you guys were just talking about. I wasn't able to capture that well because I was on the side of
because you fucking aren't doing your job. That's cool, fam. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
All right, this should be enough for us.
В советское время очереди были. В Чили не было ничего подобного. У нас были только карусели, а этого не было. Это оборонка, специальный заказ. Это было как? Союз, алло, и все выкинули везде. Не нужно, давай, Сега, там вот это пошло все. А я всегда говорил, что это вечное, это, как сказать, вот. Началось вот это, популярность, а взять уже негде. Сейчас вообще этого нет.
Блин, слишком много для меня.
Yo, what brought you to Moscow?
What brought me here, well, to Russia in general, was teaching English and all that stuff.
Okay.
You know? I started making YouTube videos.
Today we're going to have a lesson on how to sound like an American girl. None your business. Now, none your business means none of your business.
My first video, I was like speaking Russian and teaching them slang.
Like, what gave you that idea?
Girls.
Oh, you was meeting Russian girls?
Yes.
Oh, you was going to Brighton Beach? You were up in Brighton Beach?
There's a lot of them in New York City.
Yeah.
And I didn't think no one was really going to like it. I was just being silly, but it kind of blew up. Now I'm here. They were calling me business deals and all that stuff. So now I got to try my bad Russian.
Oh!
Damn, I'm messing up today. The first time I played for like hours with this girl.
Yo, Russian chicks fuck with black dudes heavy out here?
It half do. Half are crazy about it and half just don't like it at all. Racism out here is a little different. In America, if they're racist, you hear a lot of times like, black people do this, you know, they commit crime or whatever it is. But out here, it's like, I don't like the way they look. I don't like that they're here.
It's like that primal racism, that caveman racism.
But they usually make an exception when you're American.
So they kind of just like the American bit about it.
Right, you can't tell.
It's not like white college chicks in America that want the pipe.
It's different. I mean, but...
Oh, that's a dead...
Damn.
Yo, you getting fucked up.
I'm getting fucked up on camera.
Oh, damn, son.
I'm making black people look real bad.
I'm making Chinese people look fucking crazy good right now.
You know this is real.
So, that was not fun. Aren't we going to eat now? I'm starving.
Well, we're about to have some shashlik. Shashlik is like the Russian barbecue kind of thing. It's this kind of food that they have on a metal rod. And I hope you don't mind some beer, man. We're going to be drinking it.
I prefer vodka.
You prefer?
Yeah. Asians get farty with the beer. Yeah, I need that vodka flow.
Po is peeping right now, so we better just split.
Oh, there's cops?
Yeah, they were peeping at us just now, so we got to...
Where? I don't even see them. Ninjas.
Yeah, but especially with the New York hat, the shades, and the chains, they want that come up real quick, so they'll probably just holler at us over anything.
Oh, wait, they will just snatch you on the street and try to get bread off you?
Yes, they want bread. That's what it's all about.
Oh,
they come at you, they like ask you questions. But I mean, it's all right. There's no such thing as racial profiling in Russia because it's Russia. You know, it's normal.
Everybody gets
Everybody gets it.
That's crazy to just be robbed by police like on the daily, though.
But yo, you can stay out of trouble if you got mad paper. Anything you do, you got
Yo,
money,
that's
you
fucked
stay out
up
of
though.
trouble.
Like only people with bread, broke people, stay at home. Russia ain't for you.
I don't want to bust
Damn,
my
this
ass
is
on
mad slippery here.
Hey, what's up,
Eddie,
everybody?
nice to meet you. You guys are all Felichko's English students?
Yeah.
So Volvo, who owns this yard, entered this yard into a Moscow competition for the best yard. And we are right now officially in the number 2 yard in all of Moscow. So this is the shashlik.
Yeah.
Nice, man. In Russian culture, if you skewer something and you make kebab, it's called shashlik.
Да, есть нога барана, дагестанского барана, маринован в специях кориандр, зира и гранатовый сироп.
Russian cuisine, coriander, cumin, these aren't the most common things, but this is his recipe. Modern Russian food right here. New Russia. Russian food, I like it because they don't over-season it. They keep it very light and clean. He's very, very smart to use the pomegranate syrup. You need that kind of sweetness to take the musk off of the lamb. And then with the coriander and the cumin and the onion, it has a bit of a Yemenese flavor to it. This is delicious, man. Just modern Russian freestyle. You're gonna have all of America screaming, Ani, Hota, Shashlika.
Сейчас я вам покажу, как пиво охладить.
Modern Moscow is very, very different from what you
What do you think it is about modern Russia, modern Moscow, that is different?
Well, you can see difference between Russia 90s and 2000 because they are very modern. They look like Americans, so we don't have anything very, very stereotypical.
Do you like that?
Yeah, because people will become much more nice because they smile and they share the same culture. Because if you speak about Russia of 90s, it's like some bandits, bad guys, drinking vodka, being very rude, looking down to everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody speaks to everyone.
I think as Americans, we carry guilt for exporting so much of our soft power because you're worried that it's going to swallow up the rest of the world. But to talk to you and hear how like it's kind of opened up your guys' personalities and mine's a little bit, it's cool, it's redeeming, and it like makes me happy to be from America. Yo, nice to meet you though. It's really nice to hear about like how Russia is changing. So we at the Soviet Vodka Bar right now, and this is the grill that they operate outside of the bar. This is straight wood fire. And this definitely beats like a New York dirty water hot dog. So we do a Bavarian sausage and a Russian bun with mustard and duck sauce. Wow, this is amazing. The Bavarian sausage with the Chinese fast food condiments. I'm doing this from now on in America. I'm going to Gray's Papaya with a gallon of duck sauce and hot mustard. You know what this is? It's a communist dog.
Какие-то стрёмные бабищи. Вроде бы это стрёмные бабищи вообще. Ну, понятно. Понятно.
Я тоже заметил, что там были очень симпатичные бабы, но негр
Где?
почему-то их. Ну вот у Вани во дворе, когда мы снимали.
Ну, это чтобы, знаешь, чтобы 100% попадание было. Это обычно для этого делается. Что-то странно все это.
Это не странно, все это, Витя, это передача про... Ну, он просто, я тебе говорю, он китаец веселый, прикольный есть.
What is the difference between a traditional vodka and then what is other vodka?
In Russia, we make our own vodka, and it's always much better than others.
What is it that you do to make it better?
In the end of the 19th century, our scientist made standard of vodka.
1894. So the standards just made sure like certain maybe like purity levels, numbers of times you distill it, and so that what makes it standard. Spasiba, Nastarova. Still burns like a motherfucker. Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he dies, he dies.
Boom. Boom. Bang. I've never been this fucked up on set.
No, New York. This is Moscow.
Might as well go home. It's redeeming to me to see these young liberal Muscovites that want to understand African American culture. But from my perspective, it's disheartening to watch Felichko, who seems to be haphazardly exporting these stereotypes and stigmas into a foreign country that doesn't have the context to process what it's facing. Whether it's guns, sex, or ebonics we're talking about, they need to be accompanied with education.
Say for my niggas.
No.
We have a global problem, and my show's included. All of us want to know more about each other, and we have a desire to understand where we're from. But in that quest, we gotta resist the temptation to allow any individual or singular voice to speak for an entire community. Whether it's Russians on a hot mic, a black Brooklynite exporting ebonics, or just a Chinaman in a tiger suit who's stuck in the middle, we can't be lazy and pass judgment based on any one voice in the village. Fresh Off the Boat, Moscow, we out. Next up on Fresh Off the Boat. Man, it's depressing on the Russian subway.
Yeah, this is us actually, sorry, I didn't tell you that.
Okay, all good.
Yeah, this is us.
See, like this dude, he looks like he's half fixing the road, half trying to take a shit. Like, in China, San, you were supposed to grow up like this. The farmer chicken lady. Just do the chicken stands. Fucking aspirational society, B. Fuck paying homage to the working class, pay the working class. I'm so hammered right now. Like, you could see the shape I'm in. I ain't never felt this bad. Thank you. Wow, this shit is slamming. This is a very complex soup. Like, this is difficult to make. I've never had this good of a soup, unless it was like in Chinatown at a noodle shop, but it's of that quality. If this was in New York, this would be like the new ramen. Seriously, this is delicious.
I'm getting mine.
Yo, this is my man Kirill, young Farnsworth Bentley here with the umbrella. We're gonna meet some people from Kyrgyzstan today, right?
Yeah.
They are Central Asian immigrants, right? Sometimes illegal immigrants coming to the country working in Russia because there's jobs here, not in Kyrgyzstan. How do people in Moscow feel about people from Kyrgyzstan?
There are tensions between majority Russian people and them coming here, so their life isn't easy, but still it's better than Kyrgyzstan.
It's like Mexican people in America.
Yeah, especially like, we used to be one country, we used to be USSR.
So it's weird that you break apart and then now they can't work with everybody else. The restaurant we're going to, before we started shooting, these people were arguing. They were Kyrgyzstani people working at the restaurant. Apparently they were underpaid and they were arguing with the owner here. So that's why they're staying out here.
Alexander.
Nice to meet you, Eddie. So this is your friend from Kyrgyzstan?
Yeah, and he has been living and working in Moscow since 2005.
Nice. What do you do for work in Moscow?
А что делаете? Чем занимаетесь?
Ну, я работаю в ресторане, от посудомойщика до кладовщика поднялся, поваром работаю. Сейчас декоратором работаю я.
He is constructor worker right now.
How tough is it out here, like in Moscow, for you to find jobs and things like that?
Нет, если знаешь русский язык, трудно. Если опыт есть, можно работать.
Could we ask him what his living situation is like?
3-4 человека.
And it's one-room apartment?
Yeah,
wow.
For sure.
So 3 or 4 people in a one-bedroom?
Я получаю зарплату, отправляю домой.
This country is crazy, though. You see, we're at breakfast here in this restaurant around 11, and everyone is just hammered. Everybody's 3 shots and a beer deep.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's what doctors say.
I just took a dump in the Waka Flocka restaurant, took a nap in the van for a couple hours, and finally feel a little better. And we're gonna use the Russian subway to go. What are we doing?
First, we are taking the longest escalator in the world, probably, at least in Moscow City.
Oh, okay.
It's long enough so you'll be able to take another nap.
Yo, son, I was so fucked up this morning. I didn't even realize son was wearing a basket on his head all day.
Yeah. It's a wooden baseball
Have you
cap.
been wearing this all day?
Yeah.
Yo, wooden baseball caps. Holla at your boy. You having fun? Thank you. Russia.
So we are going to take a ride on the longest escalator in the world. How do you feel about that?
Wait, this is the fucking Escalade you're talking about?
Uh-huh.
I thought you were talking about like a fucking Cadillac Escalade, my G. This is so po-pimpin', it's not even funny. Damn. Is this like a method of population control? Like people fall down? Oh. Man, it's depressing on the Russian subway. No smiles, just sadness. Even the children, they're like 8 years old, they look just destroyed.
Okay, all good. Revolution Square, you can see it on the wall.
This is straight like museum shit.
That's gonna give you good luck.
Rub the nose. Smell my finger.
It smells like luck.
It smells like a luck. Smell that luck.
So all these guys are like heroes of communist society. Some of them are workers, some of them are soldiers.
See, like this dude, he looks like he's half fixing the road, half trying to take a shit. Like in China, Sen, you were supposed to grow up like this. The farmer chicken lady. The government, when they did it, it's like they want you to grow up to be a road worker.
This is the type of people they wanted.
Fucking aspirational society, B. People talking about, oh, like paying homage to the hood, paying homage to like minorities, paying homage to like the workers. You know what you could do is fucking pay these people. Fuck homage, pay us. It's my girl Elena Bergeron. Fresh off the boat with Eddie Wong, riding with the door open in Moscow. Aight. Oh my God, look who it is. Look who this is. Do you know who this is? The God. Zamir.
Yeah.
The God.
Welcome.
Welcome.
To
Thank
Wonderland.
you. We have Kirill. We have Sasha. And we have Zamir, the God, Gada. No reservations family. Uncle Tony, watch this episode with a sock on it. Okay? Let's go.
So, welcome to Wonderland. This is like miniature of the former Soviet Union. You could see
the landscape. You could feel the atmosphere. So it's like, welcome to.
This feels like the Soviet Union.
People from all over the world would come over here to enjoy this.
Is this like a theme park?
It's like a theme park.
This is like
more of a
Soviet
commercial.
Disney
It's
World?
like Soviet Expo. Now it's like Soviet Expo, exactly. So it's make believe we are still in the USSR.
So Soviet era education, what was it like when you were in school?
It was very strict. There was a lot of propaganda, like the whole world didn't exist. Stalin purges basically non-existing. I mean, in the Soviet textbooks which I was learning, there was nothing about the purges.
Oh,
It
wow.
was just like,
They kind of closed your mind off.
Close your mind off and try to keep you more like in a narrow niche of very pro-Soviet propaganda. I'm more of a Soviet generation. I'm curious to know, how did you experience that situation?
No, our education was pretty liberal. There was like no strong propaganda, pretty liberal, and
What level of education did Sasha get in Kyrgyzstan?
Какое образование вот вы в Кыргызстане получали и что изменилось с
у
советского времени?
меня среднее образование, я только с ПУТа окончил. Если деньги нет, то как учишься? Самый дома и старший я, а остальные после меня все университет и институт закончили. 40 лет буду выступать. 40 лет будет, выступать буду на университете.
He said he wants to go like university around 40 years old.
You should. You definitely should. So we're here now at the Kyrgyzstan Pavilion. And Curly, what were you telling us about the Kyrgyzstan Pavilion?
Those guys are probably the hardest working guys coming to Russia to work. And it's like Kyrgyzstan community house basically in Moscow. And like many different Kyrgyz people who lives in Moscow, who works in Moscow, who studies in Moscow, come here and have their traditional meals.
All these images, it seems like the whole pavilion, right, was created to create pride for people in the Soviet Union, like propaganda style.
Exactly, like in the subway, you definitely notice that images of happy pioneers, happy workers. The idea was that when people are in the subway and they go to work, they need to focus how proud they should be about achievements. Maybe they didn't have enough food, maybe they didn't have enough money, but the country was doing the right thing.
This is kind of an ingenious idea, though, to create this wonderland pavilion for propaganda. You know, this is the funny thing. There's so much like Asian food in Russia, but no chopsticks. What's interesting about this is it's minced bits of lamb that are steamed and it's tender in a very loose binder with onions. And again, super simple. All you taste in here is onion, a little bit of black pepper, and not much else. Not much seasoning at all.
The name is bilbarmak, and bilbarmak literally means 5 fingers.
Oh.
It means you gotta eat it with your hand. So it comes from nomad culture when they didn't have forks and stuff.
What they did is they basically made a consomme and soup with the lamb. Then they're serving you the meat that they made the consomme with, then serving it atop very simple noodles that are almost like egg noodles or stroganoff noodles, adding a little bit of the element of kefir for dairy, and then just onions and scallions. Very straightforward. Very much like a korigamtang, oxtail soup in Korean culture. You don't need much. You just let the animal speak. Yesterday when we ate shashlitok, the guy also went and got it from the D'Agostino farm. It is the best lamb in the world I ever had. The best.
No New Zealand stuff, no.
The Big Lebowski is here. The final act, rice pilaf. Oh man, you know it's good. Sasha stood for the rice pilaf. Wow. 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 I'm sorry, we have to.
My life.
Oh man. Tomato flour. Holy shit.
Вот это плов, у нас национальное блюдо плов. Плов делается, вот который мы объяснили, да, рис урзгенского риса. Вот такой плов только у нас кушают в Кыргызстане, больше нигде нету. Рис, оно быстро испаривается в желудке, поэтому оно...
So Sasha, is this, in your mind, is this the biggest dish in Kyrgyzstan cuisine?
Да. делают курдюком. Видите, это все красиво. Вот это возьмите курдюк, он ничего не будет он.
Awesome. It's got that cumin, it's got that lamb flavor. It's very deep with flavor, very good. I keep bringing up Uyghur and Xinjiang food because the Uyghur food really feels like a combination of Arabic and Chinese food, like those countries. And what we have here is almost a steamed fried rice, but with lamb and the steamed garlic, and the pickle is just genius.
One medical observation, after that greasy kind of food like pilaf, you can't eat normal water because your digestion will be impaired, sort of thing. So tea is the only thing which...
It's another big tradition.
Yeah, this is the way that Kyrgyz pour tea. They pour it out and then pour it back in 3 times. And if you saw our Taiwan episode, we saw the tea ceremony there too. I really like to see all the different ways that people serve tea. And you'll see, he serves everybody first with his right hand. And look, he doesn't fill your cup up. If he fills your cup all the way up, it's like saying to you, he doesn't want to come back and refill. If he pours just a little, it means he wants to continue to serve you tea.
Na zdrowie.
Na здоровье. And how do you say cheers in Kyrgyzstan?
На здоровье, как на киргизском?
Ден солох. Ден солох.
Den solok.
Den solok. Okay? Thank you, guys. Like everyone says, I'm not the first one to say it, I won't be the last one to say it. The idea of everybody sharing and everybody having, it's a beautiful idea. I think it's a very simple thing though. We have enough in the world to go around. There's plenty of food to go around. What makes me so upset about the statues is people always paying homage to the working class. You know, we put Sasha on the show, but when are we going to start putting money in his pocket? You know, when are we actually going to treat them like they deserve to be treated?
To the workers and peasants.
To the workers and peasants. Sasha, you know what you got to say to the workers and peasants?
Fuck you, pay me.
Yes.
Man,
yes.
Freedom to Kyrgyz people.
Yes. If there's one thing America can teach you, it is the phrase, fuck you, pay me. Next up on Fresh Off the Boat. Well, y'all motherfuckers didn't cast me in the first 5 Fast and the Furious movies. But here we go. Asian Vin Diesel. Straight all red lights.
Полицейскими у нас полная договоренность, потому что они нас особо не трогают.
Пошел штаны сушить.
Chinkstronaut's in the bill. Well, he's not a Chinkstronaut, actually. That's a Russian astronaut. It's a close relative, a cousin of the Chinkstronaut.
That's Gagarin.
Gagarin?
The first man in space.
I feel like Russians have a sense of humor like German people. Thank you. That's the best stuffed cabbage I ever had. Usually you get stuffed cabbage, it's huge. These are little like cigarellos, a little meat, a little rice. Mainly you're eating the cabbage and the pepper. You'd expect, hey, this is pork fat. It would just melt like butter, but it doesn't. Look, when I cut it, it's still fleshy. You hear that? It's got some mouthfeel. Russian home-cooked meal, man. So this is what you would eat at home?
No, not really. Not all the time.
So you don't...
It takes a long time to cook.
What for holiday?
When I go to my mom's place.
Yeah.
But not what I cook at
the
home.
proper way of me saying this would be, at your mom's home for New Year's, you would eat something similar to this? Yes! I got it right.
I'm getting mine.
You want to fuck Vice up heavy. Pick the most expensive shit. How much is the medium tin?
That's like 400.
Yes. All right. Let's get the $400. Yes. How much is this?
That's $150. That's
Hell
exceptional.
Yeah. Let's copy this shit. Do they have anything more expensive we can make them buy? few broskies in aisle 3. Because we weren't gonna steal, but then we came in here and they kept following us like we were gonna steal, so I ate their fucking broskies. Say word. Oh, I am a professional clown ninja. Yeah.
What is this clown ninja?
A clown ninja. You make women feel secure, but also funny. Clown ninja. Thank you.
You have like performances here around, yeah?
Oh yeah. Oh, a lot of clown ninja performances. Every night. How many nights are we doing clown ninja shit?
5 days.
5 days a night. 5 days a week. This is home, Russian home. We play checker with whiskey and vodka. Oh, we got thirsty.
It's a tough game. I think it's called halagets. Basically, it's meat jelly. Probably my favorite snack food.
It's clean and it's crisp. It's really like eating a steak with a like jelly dome. They look like boobs, which I like. And meat gal, and give them my meat jelly. These chicks don't look like they did on the website. Oh my god.
Wifey really can't be mad about this. You know, we needed this, right, Kirill? It's medical care, you know? Oh, yeah.
We outside Moscow State University now, and this building is amazing. It's one of the Seven Sisters, one of the famous 7 buildings in Moscow. And this street, every night of the week, car enthusiasts come out here. You'll see the motorcycles. You'll see the full Bentley stretch. Hello, how are you? Thank you. Nice. Very good. Okay. So, you hang out here every night? With the car?
Это место называется Воробьевы горы. И здесь собираются все России. Самые крутые парни, которые любят погоняться на тачках. Вот, и я здесь главный, поэтому, короче...
No lie, that was one of the best cake donuts I ever had. I ate all of it before I could tell you, but delicious. That was a good donut. Your motherfuckers didn't cast me in the first 5 Fast and the Furious movies. But here we go. Agent Vin Diesel.
Сейчас прям 5 минут, а я их привезу в штаны сушить.
Yeah.
Russian Tourette. Understand?
Oh shit!
Understand?
Yes. Oh, number 1?
Yes.
Okay, I'm the human panda. Right now, we outside Moscow State University with the Russian Tornado and his X5. Oh, shit! Oh, chapter man! Chapter man! Like straight red lights, and he straight all red lights. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, shit!
Я здесь почти 15 лет. И когда вышел первый фильм Too Fast to Real, и я подумал, какого хрена мы не можем сделать гонки здесь, в России. На сегодняшний день у нас есть порядка 200 клубов по всей России.
Yo, so would you say he's the godfather of street racing in Moscow?
Yes.
Oh, yes. He already knows.
У нас есть официальные гонки, есть неофициальные гонки. Да. С полицейскими у нас полная договоренность, потому что они нас особо не трогают. Дома поставили рекорд скорости 405 км в час на гонке.
Wow, on the just regular road. Do people get hurt a lot? Is it often or no?
Ну, на официальных гонках нет.
On the official ones, no.
На неофициальных гонках у меня был друг Александр. Он был очень влиятельным, хорошим бизнесменом в нашей стране. 2,5 года назад он ехал по этой самой дороге. Здесь он дернул руль и поставил машину боком. А тут что, шел микроавтобус Volkswagen на скорости 160 км в час. И врезался в этот Ford GT1000 прямо в бензобак. Она взорвалась, сгорела, он даже не успел ничего понять, у него 10 переломов позвоночника. Из очень ярких людей, которые реально очень круто умеют ездить, мы теряем примерно одного человека за год.